wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. It's happy Thanksgiving down here in Costa Rica. We're going to have a turkey and some trimmings today. One thing we don't have is any cold. I had a couple clients of mine send me a photo of their thermometer in Canada. It's about minus 15 degrees below zero right now. My condolences go out to them. So we're going to continue today. As you can see behind me, we've made a lot of progress since the last film, number 3. And we'll go around, I'll just show you the progress. And you know, a lot of this is the brute work right now. It's the foundation. There's just a lot of the same thing going on. But I'll try to point out what we've done since the last time. As you can see, we've got a lot of our pillars and posts in place. Rebar's getting in place. And here's these lateral lines we've been talking about that add the strength as a header. As you can see, they're just getting it in place. And over here is getting finalized to pour concrete. It's all straight, and pretty soon we'll pour concrete around that, and it's going to be tying everything together. Let's go around the other side and I'll show you some arches and what's been happening. As you can see, the front porch is getting finished up here as far as all the pillars, and the headers going across and down. Let's go over here. I'm going to show you the headers over the doors and how they take care of that. As you can see, everything's getting ready to pour, and as we talked about before, as we come to the corners, the ties are much closer. So if we have any action from any tremors of earthquakes, that's where the strength is, and the twisting and turning is taking care of that group of rebar in here. So you see how they cut out the headers, and this is going to be the support over the accordion style doors. This is a great place to see the transition here between being poured and what's inside there. As you can see, all the ties, all the verticals and all the horizontals are coming together. And my buddy here, Maximo, who's a film star now here in Costa Rica, is forming all the rebar that's going over the arches and tying everything together. This is the jig station where they form all the different varieties of rebar that's tying everything together. So they have jigs with different spacings. So for the large and the small, they have everything set up and pretty much automated, so it's a quick process here. This is a good view of what the arch is going to look like once it's finished. So they're going to let this set up for a few days, harden up, and then they're going to remove this form, and we're going to have the completed arch. As you can see, arches really add a design feature that's not real complicated and expensive, but it makes a big difference at the end of the project. So everything's just not a square, boxy looking deal. And we have arches throughout this house, on the porch, and it's just going to be a very beautiful home when we're finished. Here's the main circuit breaker box for the house. I think this is a really good way to show you some of the interior features of the wall now that we got it broken apart a little bit. Obviously we got to cut this out because there's a lot of cabling and things coming through the conduit here. So as you can see, here's the horizontal ties through the courses that tie into the corner post, tie the whole wall together in combination with the vertical rebar. Now here you see the conduit that's going to be all inside the walls. And again, this is one of the ways that it's a very fireproof sort of system. You know, there's nothing to catch fire in here. So this is they're preparing to pull all the electric from the house into here. Just wanted to point out again the forms that they use and their whole form system, how everything's put together. They're ready to remove these, and that's going to be that lateral line. It's tying the whole 8-foot height together. And it's also a good opportunity here to take a look at the electricity, and you'll see we have some conduit, of course, not only coming from the top, but now you can see how they run it from the bottom. So it really depends on the level of the electrical outlet, how they want to run it. So they've prepared these guys since they're lower. They're going to come in through the floor, and the conduit's already in place, cut into the wall, and that's ready to install pull the wires through there. I just want to show you here, this is a good opportunity to take a look at the kind of support system they have and the strength that these arches add to the home. As you know, arches are much more strong than anything else, so this whole system not only is beautiful, but it adds some strength to the home as well. And speaking of strength, you'll notice here that all walls are solid block and concrete and rebar. In reality, if it's not a support wall, we could probably get by with making these interior walls of something else. Just maybe some steel with a hardboard that we call a fiberlite. It's a concrete backer board. You could almost get away with that because these are not literal walls that perform any function. But in Costa Rica, we don't really mix too much. Everything's solid block and concrete. So you'll see this little area we have, how much support is just in this area from these walls. Again, I'm standing in the middle of the living room. It's kind of hard to tell still at this moment that that's what it's going to be. But I just want you to see the progress we've made since the last video. Things are going very well. The weather's been cooperating, and we're moving along pretty much on schedule. It's Thanksgiving, close to Christmas, so we'll all have a couple weeks off. So probably after Christmas is sometime will be an appropriate point to come back and see the progress. But as you can see, this is the center of the living room. Now you can get a little bit better idea of the accordion style doors are going to be in the corner. So as you're sitting here in the living room, you're going to have a beautiful view out your front and on the porch as well. So till the next time, thanks again for tuning in, and hopefully you're learning as much as I did since I've been here. And don't hesitate to write to me. I'll have my email at the end of the film. Any questions or concerns or comments, please let me know. Thanks.